Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day for all of us. In our mathematics class, let us all stand to begin this lesson with a doxology.
My Lord, I can see you in all that is fine and true. I see you in the beauty of the flowers and the rain. I see you in the lines of sweet refrain. So blessed, my Lord, I can see you. Even when I'm lonely and in pain, I see you in the beauty of the stars at night. I see you in my life and feel alright. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I'm so blessed. My Lord, I can see you through the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my everyday friends. I see you in these hearts, just like love and rest. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you in the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I can see you, Lord, whenever I I see you,
Thank you very much. Please be seated. First of all, I would like to grab the opportunity of thanking our Board of Judges for coming over to witness this class debate 2017. To actively engage our pupils in class discussion, debate is one of the best tools used in mathematics. It says here that engaging pupils in leveling their skills in classroom discussion. Among these skills we have to foster thinking skills, citizenship and etiquette, clarity and organization, persuasion and even public speaking, research, teamwork, and cooperation. So without much further ado, may I introduce to you the chairman for today's debate, no other than Selwyn Miles Bulanos.
our beloved principal, Mrs. Maria Socorro Ilinaw, CES Master Teacher 1, Mrs. Maybelline Apolinario, Teacher 3, Mrs. Gloria Cedeño, Science Coordinator, Mrs. Suzette R. Contorno, Filipino 6 Teacher, Mrs. Rowena Bulangis, our very own Advisor and Math Teacher, Mrs. Nancy D. Andrade. Classmates, good morning. Today we are going to witness our class debate. The topic is using bar model an effective way of solving word problem. Let me introduce to you the two teams. Team A for the proposition and Team B for the opposition. For the proposition are the following. The leader and the first speaker of the group is no other than Amanda Joy Pahin. Members are Rica Jimenez, Ayesha Gomez, Princess Joy Tikel, Cyril Lampagos, and Arcel Santiago. On my left are the opposition team. They are Anand Abdul Monem, the leader and the first speaker, Kathleen Luna, Trisha Jean de los Reyes, Chris Juanito, Christy de los Reyes, and Jenny Rose Patrolia. Let me also present to you our judges for today. Our first judge is a science coordinator and knows also about the technicalities of debate. She is no other than Mrs. Suzette R. Contorno. Our second judge is a grade 3 math teacher, Mrs. Rowena Bulangis. And the chairman of the board of judges is Mrs. Maybelline Apolinario. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us now start the debate proper. Let me call in our first speaker from the proposition team, Amanda Joy Pahin.
Is bar model is an effective strategy to solve word problem? Well, it's right. What if the students are solving word problem and they didn't know how to solve it using algorithm? So they will use the easiest techniques in mathematics, the bar model. Let me give you an example. Mike has 1 1/4 meter of rope. He gave 2/4 meter to Steve. How many meter was left to Mike? In using bar model, you just draw 1 1/4 and 2/4 using bar model. After that, you can subtract it right away because it's already similar fraction. After subtracting, you just count how many bars were left. So the answer is 3/4 was left the meter of rope to Mike. See, in this situation, it's better to use bar model than algorithm because the bar model is easier than algorithm.
Let me call in our first speaker from the opposition team, Anand Abdul Monem.
Is bar model an effective way in solving word problem? Well, I don't think so. I believe that algorithm is the most effective way in solving word problem rather than bar model. So when you heard the word algorithm, it refers to a set of steps used to solve mathematical computation. It is the easiest and fastest way in solving problems. In solving algorithm, you must follow the procedure so that you can solve it correctly. Algorithms are about finding efficient way to solve math problems. Unlike bar model, it takes a lot of time to solve math problems. Why? Because in bar model procedure, you have to draw bars and then fill it up. For example, what if the LCD of the two fractions is 27? So you have to draw 27 boxes and another 27 boxes and you fill it up. See? It takes a lot of time to solve a simple problem. So for me, algorithm is the best strategy to solve a word problem.
Let me call in our second speaker from the proposition team, Rica Jimenez.
Thank you, Chairperson. A good morning to our beloved principal, teachers, and classmates. Is bar model an effective strategy to solve your problem? Well, yes, of course. Bar model is more effective strategy to solve your problem. The bar model method is pictorial and it develops from children handling actual objects to drawing pictures and then drawing boxes to represent objects. Eventually, they no longer need to draw all the boxes, which represents individual one. Instead, they just draw one long bar and label it with a number. No need to you to waste time. Using bar model, your time will never be wasted. You have an extra time to relax or to rest and even review your answer. Because if you are using bar model, you can get the right answer right away. Just bar model instead of algorithm. Let me give you an example. Anne has 6/10 of paper strips. She gave 3/10 to Rose. How many paper strips was left to Anne? Let us solve using bar model. You just draw 6/10 and 3/10. You can subtract it right away because it is similar fraction. So the answer is 3/10.
Faded wedding photograph.
That's why it's easier to use bar model than algorithm.
Let me call in our second speaker from the opposition team, Kathleen Luna.
I oppose to that opinion. As mentioned earlier, algorithm is a step-by-step procedure. So when you set step-by-step, it is a set of instructions. Example of algorithm is PEMDAS or GEMDAS. I know we are all familiar with those, which is parentheses or group, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. PEMDAS or GEMDAS are useful set of steps and it considered a formula. When we are solving an equation, we must follow the PEMDAS rule. Let me give you an example. 2 times, open parenthesis, 3 minus 1, close parenthesis, plus 4 equals n. So first we are going to solve it in the parenthesis or in the group. So 3 minus 1 equals 2. Then the multiplication. Multiply the 2 with the answer from the parenthesis, which is 2. So 2 times 2 equals 4. And then followed by the addition. 4 plus 4 equals 8. So the answer for this equation is 8. This is an example in solving an equation using an algorithm method.
third speaker from the proposition team, Ayesha Gomez.
Ano yung payslip? Pregunta daw iyo kay ano yung payslip payroll.
Is bar model is the easy strategy in solving word problem? Well, yes. For students with mathematics difficulties or MD, math word problem solving is especially challenging. The bar model method is a strategy used by us to visualize mathematical concepts and solve problems. The bar model method is a way to represent a situation in a word problem, usually using rectangle. The bar model is systematic and formulaic than algorithm because it provides a framework
In solving word problem. But for me, algorithm is the best way in solving word problem. It doesn't take a lot of time if you're just following the step. Let me give you another example. 26 minus 124 is equals to n. So first, we are going to find the LCD or the least common denominator of 6 and 24. The LCD of 6 and 24 is 24. 24 divided by 6 is equals to 4. 4 times 2 is equals to 8. 4 times 6 is equals to 24. 8 24. 24 divided by 24 is equals to 1. 1 times 1 is equals to 1. 1 times 24 is equals to 24. 824 minus 124 is equals to 724. See, you don't have to make any boxes or lines. So on and so forth. In algorithm, you can easily identify the answer after solving the problem. That's why bar model is not the best way in solving word problem.
Isn't the best. Yablale.
Let me call in our fourth speaker from the proposition team, Princess Joy Ticket. Do you believe that bar model is the best strategy to solve word problem? Well, yes, of course. Because bar model is the best strategy to solve word problem. And it is the one of the techniques of mathematics. Two of these examples are bar model and algorithm. But algorithm is so many ways to solve and to get the answer. While bar model, you just draw a rectangle or a long bar and divide it to equal parts. In solving word problem using bar model, and after you're solving, you have an extra time to recheck your answer. While using an algorithm, after you solve the problem using algorithm, you don't have enough time to recheck your answer. And through the use of bar model, students work on problem around concepts of ratios, decimals, percent, and ratios. Unless you're lazy, you're gonna to use an algorithm. So that's why it's better to use bar model than algorithm. Let me call in our fourth speaker from the opposition team, Chris Juanito. I object on that statement. Actually, algorithm doesn't have many ways, but it is set of rules you must follow so that you can come up with a right solution. So for me, algorithm is more effective than the bar model. According to research, one of the important aspects of algorithm is how fast it is. In what way? Example, in solving a simple addition, 515 plus 315 is equals to n. Obviously, the denominator is 15. So, you now add the 5 and the 3, and the answer is 8.
Therefore, 515 plus 315 is equals to 815. So this is an example of solving a simple problem using the algorithm. While in bar model, you have to think on how to make the bar, because bar model is usually used in fraction form. Unlike the algorithm, it is used in any form of equation. Even in solving simple problem using the different operation, algorithm is used, and no need to waste your time on thinking of how to make the bars or boxes. And for your information, according to our interviews, algorithm is not for lazy people. It is for smart people. Why? Because the algorithm, it is set of steps that you have to follow. You really use your brain if you use the algorithm method. The smart people doesn't use the bar model because it's just a waste of time. I am not saying that we are smart people. I am just saying that the algorithm method is used by generally people. I am not also saying that those who use bar model are not smart. I am just against on that idea that algorithm is for lazy people. Let me call in our fifth speaker from the proposition team, Cyril de la Pagos. Is bar model an effective strategy to solve word problem? Yes. Why? Because it is also used by us and by the students of primary level, and also those who are a beginner. They usually use bar model because bar model is the easiest way to solve word problem. It doesn't waste your time unlike algorithm, because algorithm is too hardest. That's why they use bar model, because you have a time to recheck if your answer is correct, and that's why if you solve a word problem, just use bar model than algorithm, and that's why bar model is easy and more fun if you use bar model to solve word problems. When you use bar model, you can choose a size of a bar is the best. That's why the bar model is the best technique to find the correct answer than algorithm, because algorithm is too hard to solve. If you use bar model, if you solve word problems, you can use bar model, because bar model is too easy technique for mathematics learners. Let me call in our fifth speaker from the opposition team, Christy de los Reyes.
Well, I disagree on that idea. Bar model method is totally a waste of time in solving word problem. We have never seen someone using bar model method in getting exam like entrance exam, board exam, and etc. Because it is waste of time. Not only waste of time, but also because it is the easiest and the fastest way. Not only the easiest and the fastest way, but also the most efficient way or strategy in solving word problem.
Let me call in our sixth speaker from the proposition team, Arcel Santiago.
Thank you, Chairperson. Me and our teams believe that bar model is an effective strategy to solve word problems for students with mathematics difficulties. Math word problem solving is especially challenging. The purpose of this study was examine the effects of a problem-solving strategy, bar model drawing, on the mathematical problem-solving skills of students with mathematics difficulties. Student achievement was measured in terms of increased correct use of cognitive strategies and overall accuracy of math word problem solving. Results showed that bar modeling drawing is an effective strategy for increasing elementary students and accuracy in word problem solving. And that's why bar model is an effective strategy for solving word problems.
Last but not the least, sixth speaker from the opposition team, General Patrolia.
I totally disapprove on your point of view. I believe that algorithm is the best strategy to solve word problems for us pupils because algorithm method is already a preparation for us when we reach high school or even college. Algorithm is usually used in solving word problems, especially in algebra. I think bar model is used for elementary students like us because our knowledge is not that broad. It is best to teach the students the algorithm method to be prepared. That's why we on our team believe that algorithm method is more effective way a strategy to solve word problems than the bar model method. We on our team stands for our belief that algorithm is the best, most effective way a strategy to solve word problems.
We have heard that both teams. The speakers have shown their points. Now let's leave it to the judge to consider their verdict.
Thank you very much, Chairman Miles, and thanks very much the 12 speakers. So for that, let's give them a round of applause. This time, let's have an interaction with the audience. What is your insight? What have you learned based from the two teams presented here? Okay, I see Jenica is raising her hand. Jenica?
For me, bar model is an effective strategy to solve word problems. Yes, using bar model, you can easily solve the word problem. You can get the exact answer. And if you know the bar model solution, you have done problem the question. You are going to enjoy solving it. That's why bar model is an effective strategy to solve word problems.
Okay, for her bar model, she is from the proposition team. Who else? Yes, Elaine?
Well, I'm in the algorithm group because algorithm is the best way in solving word problem. Because bar model is wasting your time in drawing bar.
Okay, Elaine is for the opposition team. Who else? Yes, Clarence?
Kilay is life.
I go for opposition team. Bar model is a long process or it takes a lot of time in solving math problems. So I choose the opposition team or the algorithm because it has steps to be followed and it's easy to be understood.
Okay, thank you very much, Miles. Josuel. This time, shall we hear from Kane Cabreros?
I vote with the proposition team because like what Princess Joy said, through the use of bar model, students work on word problem around the concept of fraction, decimal, percent, and ratio. Bar model can use in competition, so that I vote with the proposition.
Okay, very good. It means to say your classmates, the audiences are very attentive. They are listening to both teams. Okay, who else can give their insights? Shall we listen from Jenicel?
I go for proposition team. For me, we'll easily solve the problem using the bar model. Why? Because if we don't know how to solve the problem using algorithm, we can use to solve the problem using the bar model. And if you solve the problem using the bar model, you can know right away the answer. Why? Because bar model is easier than the algorithm.
Okay, you are from the proposition team. Who else can give your insight? Shall we hear from Mitch?
For me, I go to the proposition team because bar model is the easiest technique for solving word problem. That's why I choose the proposition team.
That's her opinion. Who else can give her insight? Yes, Gwyneth.
While I don't understand the bar model because it's hard to solve, while the algorithm is easy and they are good in speaking, and it's easy to understand it, and it's enjoy to hear. And if you try it, you enjoy to solve. And if you love math, if you try it, you more than love math.
Wow, Gwyneth is trying her best to recite, to give her insight. Who else can give? Yes, Angela.
For me, I choose algorithm group because algorithm is the most fastest and easiest in solving math problems, and your time will not waste, while in bar model your time will waste.
Okay, I think our debate has really sparked up some very good ideas, both from the teams and from the audiences. This time, shall we listen from an impression from one of our judges? Can we hear an impression, a short talk from the Board of Judges? Master Teacher 1 of Cabalua Elementary School, Ma'am Maybelline Apolinario.
For me, there is no best strategy whether you use the bar model or the algorithm because it depends on the abilities of the pupils. If you are the struggling pupils, of course, I think you will use the bar model. While in the algorithm, for those who are the fast learners already, because this bar model, just like in the lower grades, they need more concrete examples for them to master the lesson. So for the fast learners, they knew already these bar models. So it is easy for them to solve problems using the algorithm. So I don't think so there is the best strategy. It depends on the abilities of the pupils. And one thing also, I heard some of the speakers that she mentioned about when you take bar exam, of course you will, most of the time, you will use this algorithm. No? There are some parts only you will use the bar model. One thing also, if you will use bar model, it takes you a lot of time, or papers, you will use extra sheets to answer because when you use bar model, largo process, there is a long process. It will take you time to draw the bar to solve the problems. But if you are good already in mathematics, for me, algorithm is the best because if you already know the numbers, no, you are already memorized, you know already the multiplication table because you will use this in the solving, what we call fractions. So if you know the multiplication table, you memorize from table 1 up to table 10, it's easy for you to answer using algorithm. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Master Teacher 1 of Cabalua Elementary School, Ma'am Maybelline Apolinario. So, do we have the final say now, the final decision? Judges to please announce the best presenter or the best debater, and for the group who presented the best.
Best presenter, but the best debater.
Best debate speaker.
For the best speaker, we have here speaker number 1. From the opposition.
Okay, best presenter or the best speaker from the opposition, the speaker number 1. Shall we call in Teacher Suzette Conturno to please don this medal?
Dito Minyaki.
Okay, stay there. Thank you very much. And also we would like to announce the group who presented the best.
Okay, for the winner. Dun, 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 dun. The winner with the total score of 58.2% goes to the opposition group. Congratulations.
Pwede pa naman palakpak.
May request the 2 judges to please assist me. Please give this award to the opposition team. Teacher Sel and Teacher Weng.
Nada, yung uno.
Picture.
Teacher, tin. Pinalayo kasi. At yo, medyo tin. Medyo tin.